attractions. Every year, more than 3 million people come to see humanity's loveliest building with their own eyes. But for the Indian nation, the Taj Mahal is much more than an architectural masterpiece.
This is one of the monuments that makes India what it is, that gives the people their identity. It makes them proud. This building is a symbol for the whole nation.
The Taj Mahal was built in one of the most glorious periods of Indian history. The time of the Mughals, with their mighty empire and fabulous riches. Its creator, a man who dedicated his life to a dream, great Mughal Shah Jahan. The building that emerged from his plans perfectly combines grace and scale, power and beauty. The Taj Mahal, crown of the palace. The inner sanctum of the Taj is a tomb for Mumtaz Mahal, the love of Shah Jahan's life. In her memory, the great Mughal created this eternal love poem in stone. The building of the Taj commenced in 1632. An army of elephants began dragging construction materials to the Mughal capital. This would be the biggest building project of the age. In a few short years, the shell of the Taj Mahal was complete, ready to be clad in flawless marble at colossal expense. The location of the Taj on the banks of the Yamuna River was a special challenge.
Am Wasser hat man meistens keinen festen Baugrund. Sie müssen also sehen, dass Sie
Close to water, you rarely find ground solid enough to build on. So you have to dig down until you hit hard, dry earth. They came up with a brilliant solution to this problem, one that's still used today in a slightly different form. They decided to build a well foundation. That was a revolutionary idea for those times.
Enorm innovativ.
The great Mughals' engineers dig deep wells to below the water table. Then they fill them up with rocks and mortar. On this base, the master builders erect stone columns, linked together by massive arches. The result? A solid mountain of stone to support the foundation slab of the building, protecting the Taj from the currents of the Yamuna River forever. The Taj Mahal must always stand as a testament to the eternal power of love. It will be the legacy of Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan was the favorite son of the emperor, the great Mughal, raised in a world of wealth and splendor. In the year 1607, he's granted a rare honor. On his lunar birthday, he's weighed in gold and precious stones. That doesn't mean he's been chosen to become the new great Mughal. But there are high hopes for this young prince. And great dangers too. His own brothers are his deadliest rivals. The firstborn prince does not always become king. All the ruler's sons will fight to claim the throne, even to the death. The adulation of the crowds means nothing. The court chronicles will be our guide to Shah Jahan's life, to its triumphs and disasters. The prince is given a child bride, an arranged marriage for political reasons. It could have been an empty contract. But this love will last for eternity. Ten years later, the prince is 25 years old. His star shines brighter than ever. He has fought the enemies of the emperor, winning victory after victory. As a reward, his father gives him the title Shah Jahan, King of the World. The capital of the Mughal Empire is the great city of Agra in northern India, the location of the giant Red Fort. The center of imperial power and one of India's mightiest strongholds. The ruling Mughals and their families live in magnificent palaces inside the fort. Here, the women of his harem see to Shah Jahan's every whim. But his favorite, by far, is his childhood love, Mumtaz Mahal. Shah Jahan calls her the chosen one of the palace. From the chronicles, we know this royal couple were especially close for those times.
The impression which one gathers is that there is a strong personal element of personal love. There is a bit of romance. It is usually said that the concept of love is a very European concept, because in the Eastern world you have the emotion of love which is impersonal. Love for deities, love for idols, love for father, love for institutions, love for religion, spiritual love, but not romantic love.
But Shah Jahan's memorial to Mumtaz Mahal is the world's most exquisite symbol of romantic love. Every day, countless visitors are enthralled by the Taj Mahal, partly because its Mughal architects used some remarkable optical tricks. The first view of the monument is framed by the main gate. As the visitor moves closer, the Taj Mahal seems to get smaller. It seems to grow bigger as you walk away. The guides here say, when you leave, you take the Taj with you in your heart. An optical trick went into the building of the minarets too. They leaned slightly outwards. If they were truly vertical, they would seem to be leaning inwards. By leaning away from each other, they look perfectly upright. And that brings another advantage. In an earthquake, the minarets would collapse outwards, sparing the Taj and its mighty dome. The dome is the crowning glory of the Taj Mahal, the element that makes it so timeless and graceful.
Today we have other options. We can build giant supporting structures in steel for a dome like that. We have other materials. They had to solve all their problems in stone. So they laid stone on stone and built up the dome in rings.
The dome rises layer by layer. The mortar between the stones gives it stability. The result is self-supporting, with no reinforcing struts or columns. The weight of the dome is transferred directly downwards to the mass of masonry below. The dome is more than 40 meters high and 4 meters thick, yet it seems to float over the marble facade, a miracle of stress calculation still admired by engineers. For over 350 years, this dome has been the ultimate expression of Mughal architecture. 1621. The Mughal Empire is at a turning point. The Emperor, Shah Jahan's father, is desperately ill. His sons are gathering in the shadow of the throne, ready to fill the vacuum of power. Shah Jahan knows that his moment has come. Nothing will stop him in his lust for absolute power. No means are ruled out, not even poison. When the great Mughal finally dies, Shah Jahan has his rivals eliminated. Brotherly love means nothing when the prize is so great.
There was a notion of family and there was a notion of affection, but this feeling receded into the background. And then that particular vision of acquiring power for yourself and to rule the country or empire as you see fit becomes the rationale behind all the violence that is perpetrated.
With his rivals gone, Shah Jahan seizes the throne. He's crowned emperor in 1628 in the Red Fort in Agra. Shah Jahan soon proves himself a wise and moderate ruler. He guides the empire to even greater prosperity. Mumtaz Mahal stays in the background, but she's one of the Shah's most important advisors. This Mughal dynasty seems to have a glorious future. Perhaps it will equal the illustrious past. The Mughals are descended from the greatest warlord of them all, Genghis Khan. Their distant ancestors were fierce warriors of the Asian steppes, the Mongols. A mere 100 years before Shah Jahan's rise to power, the Mughals swept down from the north onto the plains of India. Their cannons crushed one Indian city after another. By the time of Shah Jahan, the Mughals control most of India. The first time this great land has been unified in nearly 2,000 years. The Mughal rulers bring their faith with them, Islam. After Hinduism, Islam soon becomes India's second religion. But the invaders don't impose it on the people. They seek a balance between the cultures. The Mughal lords proclaim religious tolerance. More than 100 million people now see business and industry, science and art flourish. Artists at court portray their rulers as godlike beings.